We're back on a Thursday. So what we're gonna be doing is gonna be an AMRAP 3. We're gonna do it 6 times. So we'll get to the whole rep scheme, or not the rep scheme. We're gonna get to the whole format of the workout in a second. The reps and the movements of the AMRAP 3 is going to be 12 alternating dumbbell cleans going all the way to the floor, 9 dumbbell shoulder to overheads. That's total reps, so 5 one arm, 4 on the other. You're just gonna have to make sure you start on the opposite arm every time. Then 6 each leg of a dumbbell jumping lunge. Okay, so that's a little different. I don't think we've ever done weighted jumping lunges before, but we'll come back to all 3 of those. How the format of the workout's gonna flow. You're gonna have 3 minutes to go through these 3 movements as many times as you can. Let's say you get through 2 rounds and the 12 alternating dumbbell cleans. You would then, after 3 minutes, get a 1-minute rest. That would complete your first out of the 6 times through of it. After your minute rest was up, you'd be starting your second time through the AMRAP 3s, and you would start on the 9 dumbbell shoulder to overheads because you had already completed those 12 alternating dumbbell cleans. You're picking up from where you leave off in the previous round. Okay, so it's gonna be an AMRAP 3 6 times through. You get a minute rest between each round. Our goal for this workout is to get in total 12 total rounds. So we're looking to go through these 3 movements 12 times in total by the end of the 6th AMRAP 3. So that's gonna come out to about 2 rounds per AMRAP 3. All right, so that's gonna be your goal. Every time an AMRAP 3 starts, you're trying to get through it 2 times, maybe a little bit more than that. That's your goal for the workout. Now, let's go down and break down each of these 3 movements. So for the alternating dumbbell cleans, a couple different options we can do. You can either do a muscle clean or you can do a power clean. So I'm gonna show you from the side. I'm gonna straddle this dumbbell, go in the same direction as my feet. My feet are gonna be at about my shoulder width stance and a squat stance. I'm gonna get my butt down, chest up, so my back stays nice and flat. As soon as I grip that dumbbell, I'm gonna pop my hips hard, and I'm gonna drop right underneath that dumbbell. So you can see my knees are bent here, my elbows up, and I'm pushing my butt back. To finish the rep, I'm gonna stand on up. Since these are alternating, as I extend my elbow down, I'm gonna shift to the other hand. Once that dumbbell touches the ground, I'm popping up, and then dropping under for the next rep. All right, if you wanna do a muscle clean, I don't have to rebend my knees to drop under the weight. So instead, I just snap my legs and punch that elbow right through. Just like that. Okay, so I'm still being patient. I'm waiting until my hips do all the work. I pop, and then I'm just rotating that elbow through to finish out the movement. The muscle clean, that one we snap the legs and rotate, it's gonna be faster, but a little bit more fatiguing. And then the power clean is gonna be the opposite, where it's gonna be a little slower, but not as fatiguing. So pick your poison there. Then you got 9 dumbbell shoulder to overheads. Again, 5 on one side, 4 on the other. We have 3 different options. Number 1 is we can just do a strict press depending on what weight that you have that day. You can just do a strict press. It's nice and quick. I recommend doing a push press where we're getting that little dip down, we're driving that weight up, and then we load back up. It's fast and it's efficient because we're using the hips more than the shoulder. And then lastly, we can do a push jerk, which is kind of like the difference between a muscle clean and power clean, where I'm gonna drive that dumbbell up and then drop back underneath, stand up, and then reset. So this is what a couple jerks would look like. All right, so pick your poison, whichever you want. Again, I recommend more so the push press or push jerk rather than the strict press, just because your shoulders will get really tired really quickly. All right, so you're getting 9 total reps there. Then lastly, 6 per leg dumbbell jumping lunges. We've done a lot of jumping lunges before with these workouts, but we're gonna add a dumbbell in the goblet position now. So I'm gonna have that dumbbell right under my chin. I'm gonna jump into my first rep, control that knee, make sure it gently touches, and I'm making sure my hips and knees open up at the top of every rep. If that jumping is a little difficult, you can choose a couple different options to do. You can keep that dumbbell up and just do a regular stepping in place lunge like this. Alternatively, you can put that dumbbell off to the side and you can do regular jumping lunges where there's no weight. So I'm jumping up, gently kissing that knee, and then popping onto the other side. Lastly, you can just do a regular stepping in place lunge with no weight. So this is if I'm maybe working on my mechanics, I'm not super confident with my lunge yet. I'm stepping out, gently tapping that knee, and then standing up, making sure keeping my chest nice and tall. All right, so a bunch of different options for all 3 movements today. Again, the format's a little tricky, so just be sure you fully understand it before diving into this one. It's an AMRAP 3. You get a 1 minute rest after each AMRAP, and you're doing that 6 times through, picking up from where you leave off. Good luck with this one. Happy Thursday.